Hi, I'm Rakashi. Welcome to the Bookshelf Life. This segment of my channel covers books that I have on my bookshelf for at least, for a while, or maybe I just bought recently, and I have at least read twice. I will rate each book based on 3 different categories. We have plot, characters, and themes. Category is marked out of 5 stars, so therefore the book is marked out of 15 stars in total, which means that I will then average them out of 3, which, will still get the 5 stars for each book. The popular local classic Inner City Girl has a sequel called Innocent Girl 2, other Rivers to Cross. This book really raised the stakes of the previous book, therefore we have more struggles and dramatic moments for the characters, making this book a strong sequel to an amazing classic. I got this book while I was visiting the National Art Gallery in 2019, making it an enjoyable read when I finished my exams that same year. The book takes place 2 years after the first book, where Martina is living with her father's aunt Indra, her sister Yvette, and her family friend Miss Turner. Martina is preparing to go to university until her father, who was originally paying for her tuition, is under investigation for fraud. Within that chaos, Aunt Indra kicks out Martina, Yvette, and Miss Turner out of her house, leaving the trio to go back to the inner city for solace. The plot is great. It's not repeating the plot of its predecessor, but rather continues and expands on its own while addressing issues that were explored in its predecessor. The pacing is well done too. Each chapter sets up and goes forth with the events that develop the plot, making it come together nicely for the resolution. Like the previous book, the book is in the third person and follows Martina for the book, and there are chapters that follow Yvette and Sherman's perspective on events. The book highlights a lot of issues that plague Jamaican society, plus you see just how dangerous it gets for all the characters, so therefore there are times you feel dread and fright, but we'll find those bits of happy moments as the book progresses. Each character will be rated by 3 different categories. First we have development, then we have writing, then we have my personal favorite, the Jazz Girl category. First up we have Martina. She is our leading character. She's eloquent, smart, and wise. Martina gets kicked out of her grand aunt's house, leaving her to return to the inner city. She has grown a lot and she shines a lot in this book as she fights her way to achieving her dreams. Martina encapsulates the experience for most young women in that while chasing their dreams, there are roadblocks, but the important thing is trying to keep hope and knowing something good will come from the bad.
Yes, goody! Yes, goody! Show them the steam fish and okra body, the susumba, the cassava, the dashing, the boiled dumpling with cornmeal in it. Yes, goody!
Next we have Shimron. He's Martina's feisty, resourceful older half-brother. Shimron aims to be a provider for his family, and he has grown a lot in that means to earn honest bread. We see he does reflect a lot on his actions from the previous book, as well as in this book. Shimron and his relationship with his sisters is tested, especially we see the stress he goes under trying to get a stable job. Next we have Yvette. Yvette is Martina's younger half-sister. She's known to be outgoing and bubbly, but also tends to be distant after some of the events that happened to her in the previous book. She admires her sister's efforts, however the events of this book cause her to be slightly distant from her sister for a bit. Yvette is a character I'm glad gets more focus in this book, and she does shine in her own way. Next we have Miss Turner. She's a friend of the siblings' mother, and she serves as a maternal figure to the siblings, especially Martina and Yvette. She's wise, supportive, and protective of the girls. Next up we have Martin. He is Martina's caring father, and he managed to move her, Yvette, and Miss Turner out of the inner city. He lands in hot water very early in the book. Martina feels unsure about her relationship with him since she didn't grow up with him. Her and Martin's relationship is that Martina and Martin's relationship kind of, use a little more focus since the first book couldn't get the time. However, Some of Martin's actions in the book show he does care for his daughter's well-being. Next we have Indra. She is Martin's aunt and is shown to be very biased and uncaring for Martina, Yvette, and Miss Turner because they come from the inner city. Basically in the first part of the book, she kicks the trio out of her house once Martin's legal troubles come to her doorstep. Finally, we have Nandra. She's Sherman's girlfriend and baby mother who's straightforward. She dropped out of school and entered a relationship with Sherman shortly after. We do get a bit of focus on their relationship, and it's clear that it's a little rocky in some points. The first theme is poverty. It is the economic situation Martina, Yvette, Miss Turner, and Sherman find themselves in is all too familiar. Having to live in a small house and worry about money and a job is a constant worry for Martina especially. Next is classism. Martina looks for a job in upscale areas, however she is faced with constant questions about where she lives and curious as to how she attended a prestigious school despite coming from the inner city. Next is family relationship. The siblings' relationship is majorly highlighted as the siblings get conflicted with each other, but they also show how much they care for one another. Next is crime and violence. Throughout the book, there are major crimes that occur whether it's happening around the characters or to the characters. This can include gang-related shootings, human trafficking, domestic violence, and extortion. Finally, we have perseverance. This is shown through Martina consistently making alternate plans to achieve her goals despite her circumstances. For example, Martina resorts to selling banana chips and bag juice to help Yvette and Miss Turner. This sequel book takes the characters we know and expands further on their stories and raises the stakes as it addresses a lot of common issues of society. The book is filled with dramatic and crazy moments. If you're looking to see how Martina, Yvette, and Sherman's journey progresses, then Inner City Girl 2, Other Rivers to Cross is for you. Thanks for watching this video.